welcome to today's collective reading. If you look at the reading that I posted earlier today, you'll understand why this reading's coming out. But this is a timeless reading, so when you do encounter this, it is definitely something that Spirit is calling you to for a reason. So there is a assertive energy that has been very confused. In my readings, I label masculine energy assertive because we all have masculine or assertive energy within us. So whenever we get something about masculine energy, the first question that I ask myself is, how is this manifesting in myself? Because what's going on outside of me is a reflection of what's going on inside. But that being said, I've been guided to do a more in-depth reading for the assertive and masculines to get a little more insight into the feminine perspective, get some advice for them, and kind of what is most likely to happen, what their feelings are, why their actions are what they are, what they actually want to be doing versus what they are doing, that kind of a thing. So we'll begin here with their thoughts. Where's their head at? What are they thinking about? What's going on in there? All right. Okay, so their thoughts. They're in a Three of Swords. Their heart's broken. They don't want it to be. They don't understand how they got here. But they're in a broken-hearted state. They're mourning, really. So for these feminines and their thoughts, these receptive energies and their thoughts, what are they acting in? Like, what is the assertive energy present within this Three of Swords that's being highlighted at this time for the masculines watching this reading? What's going on inside their feminine's head? Okay, so assertively, their thoughts are passionate. They know what side they want to be on. They know, like I have the Knight of Wands here, so it's passionate movement. They want to be passionate. They want to give this offer, but they're in a Three of Swords. They're feeling like they got this beautiful gift to give, and it's not wanted. It's not welcome. It's not. They're not feeling like their masculine is receptive to it. And it's a yes or no. You either are or you are not. On one side, everything's on fire. On the other side, it's, green grass and beautiful creeks and smooth weather. The other side, everything's on fire. It's all burning. What is the receptive energy present within this Three of Swords for our masculines to kind of understand where their heads are at this time, where their thoughts are? So they may be in a Three of Swords right now. They may feel like their heart's breaking, that they're mourning, but they are receptive to being happy beyond their own imagining, and they are definitely tapped into the divine as well as connected to Gaia. So that means they're balanced. They're balanced. They're listening to their intuition that has brought them to this moment. And they're showing a lot of faith and trust, even though they feel like what they have to offer, you're not receptive to. They're still walking their life path. They're still doing that. They're not necessarily waiting on you. But it's like they know that you're their happiness, and they're hurting because you don't seem to be receptive. Okay. Let's go into their feelings. What's particularly being highlighted for our masculines about how their feminines are feeling? Okay, so I have the Eight of Swords here, and it feels as though their hands are tied. They can't move. They can't do anything. You have to do something. It's on you, is what I'm getting here. They feel like you have put them in a corner where they can't do anything. I want to speak a little more to this, but I would like to get a couple more clarifiers first. What is the assertive aspect present within the feelings here? They don't want to be out in the cold. So you guys are apparently not talking, communicating. You're distant. They're feeling like they can't move forward, even though they want to. Yet again, their hands are tied. It's possible that you initiated this time of not communicating, and possibly didn't actually give them a good reason why or an explanation. You possibly maybe made them feel like they did something wrong to put you in this state. So that's why they would feel like they can't do anything, because they do anything more, well then they're really out in the cold. Like permanent. Ooh. Oh, okay, so what's the receptive energy here for how your feminines are feeling right now, masculines? They are receptive to you giving something emotionally, to acknowledging that they matter, that they care, that you care, that you're aware. They have that King of Cups upright. They're receptive to you acknowledging what's between the two of you. This feels definitely like a soul tie, a soul connection. It's very deep, and it almost feels like a fairy tale, right? Like, oh, come on, it's only in movies and books. Right, unicorns are real. You know, that kind of a thing. When pigs fly. They're receptive to you being open to what you maybe don't understand, but you know you're experiencing. That is enough. You don't necessarily have to believe that pigs literally can fly. Just be open to the concept that there is something here and acknowledge it where they know. This is what they're receptive to this time of not being able to act, but being forced to be receptive to end, where it's a little more easier flow back and forth. So they're feeling pretty frustrated because they know what they want, but they know where they are. And people in general, we're not patient. This is an exercise in patience, and it's something that your feminine is doing because they feel this connection to you. They are doing what they can to be patient for you. Or they probably would have been long gone by now. They wouldn't be receptive still. And they are. So this is good news. So what are their actions right now? What does Spirit want to highlight for the masculines about their feminines right now and their actions? So divinely, I have the Death card upright. So that is divinely guided. That's not up to free will. There's change. It's part of this, that there is change, but it's something that seems to be in abundance. There's this beautiful white horse. It kind of reminds me of Gandalf's white horse in Lord of the Rings. It's beautiful, beautiful. And it's got this wreath, and it's like, just because it's changing doesn't mean it's literally dead. It's new. You may find that you like this new, this changed. There could also be a bit of insecurity about whether or not the changes are going to be received well. And that's perfectly normal and typical and understandable. But it's also not going to keep them back. They're still there. They're still receptive, even though they have grown, they have changed, you have grown, you have changed. And this all centers around your foundation. The Four of Wands upright as well. It doesn't mean that the foundation of the house has changed. Maybe the themes in a couple of the rooms have changed. Maybe the living room is now the study. or maybe that's where everybody works out. It's like the exercise space. Maybe it's a meditation room. But the structure of the home is the same. The things that you guys obviously at one point agreed upon were vital, necessary, needed, haven't changed. Over time, you find yourself exposed to new knowledge, new information, you get new hobbies. That's all this is. It's the whimsical aspects to life. It's not necessarily going to be, we're adding an addition and we're taking out the basement. Just radical things. Oh, don't mind my kitty. He wants to go outside. So what is present here within the assertive energy that's being highlighted at this time for our masculines around their feminines? So assertively, this is definitely something that's been manifested. It's been co-created. It's part of the surprise. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. I'll get a couple more before I speak to that. So this, assertively, it's something that she knows that what is coming has been something that was co-created, meaning that your desire, because of the partnership, the soul tie, that is the divine present within you both. This, whatever's coming in, her actions, this is all part of the co-creation. That you had a hand in this too. You put your desires, your wants, your needs into this mix as well. So she's having to trust that where she's at is part of the divine's plan of bringing in that co-creation. She may be feeling protective of her heart, because I have the 5 of Swords inverted. She may be feeling protective of that, but she is open to that new beginning with all the green present. She's ready to put down this burden of waiting to unveil what, the surprise is. It's like that TV show where they remodel or redo your whole home and they send you off on vacation and you come home and they unveil your house. That kind of a thing. She's waiting to know what's behind the semi. Move that truck, that kind of thing. She's ready to understand this. She feels a lot of anxiety. She's really trying to be excited, but she does have some anxiety around it because of this being in the cold aspect to things. And the lack of communication and how she feels she can't really do anything because you've put her in a corner where she can't and not feel like she's crossing a boundary that you've set. He's getting anxious. Okay. So in the receptive energy for the feminines, for the masculines here, what are they receptive to feeling here? Oh, what are their actions? I'm sorry. My cat totally distracted me. Okay. So this is going into the receptive energy present within the feminine's actions that are being highlighted by divine for the masculines watching. Oh, wow, that's a mouthful. Okay. So what we have here is they're receptive to seeing your actions that have placed them in this 8 of Swords state. They're receptive to seeing these 7 of Swords actions that seem deceptive as not necessarily bad. Like you could be well-intentioned. You could be protecting them from what they don't know. They're receptive to that. However, this has happened a lot. And that's why the 3 of Swords is the next card to come out. They don't want to be receptive to the concept that their heart can be broken here. And it's not going to be the first time you've broken their heart. And that could be why you're so cautious, why you're being so careful. Because you, in your caution, because we had the King of Swords and the Two of Cups inverted come out together. In your caution, in your protective nature of this dynamic, in this situation, be it of yourself, just think of how it is for you. How are you protective of yourself? Then you add how you're protective of anyone in your immediate environment with this change. Be it kids, friends, immediate family, how everything will change. You're very protective of that. And that is a good quality, but it can cause you to stagnate. So they're receptive to understanding that this is how, this is like a way you once moved. This is how you moved when you broke their heart the first time. Indecision about this, and you decided to err on the side of caution and not rock the boat, and thus you broke their heart. So all of this, they're receptive to you surprising them, but they won't be surprised if you break their heart. That's what their actions are telling you. They're not being pessimistic. To them, they're being realistic and hopeful. Or they wouldn't be receptive at all to understanding your side, of giving you that benefit of the doubt, because they've been in the dark, it seems, especially because of this Eight of Swords and how they're feeling like they can't communicate with you. They can't open up to you because you don't want them to. Something that you've said or done has made it so they just feel you're not emotionally receptive. All right, so let's move into what they would want to do instead of what they are doing. Okay? What do your feminines want to be doing? What would they like to be acting like, doing in the physical? What guidance does Spirit have for us here? So we have Nine of Pentacles. That's beautiful. So they want to enjoy this. They have other things going on in their world that are worthy of their time and attention, that are good, that are positive, that have the potential to be very abundant. Okay. What are the assertive energies here? Okay, that's a lot. Okay, we're gonna put those. That's too many. Okay. All right. I'll grab these receptives too while I'm at it here. Get the full picture of what the Spirit wants highlighted. Okay. So what they would want to do is to put more of their energy towards these Nine of Pentacles, this abundance that they can nurture and be giving the energy, the worry, the emotion, all of that they could be giving it to this Nine of Pentacles. Assertively, they feel like they don't really know what they're doing with it, but they are being guided. They're relying on their intuition, on what they know to be true. And there's a sense of understanding that this is new for you. This is new for you. You don't know what to do with the Ten of Cups. You know what to do with the Ten of Pentacles, but you don't know what to do with the Ten of Cups. So they're understanding assertively. They know, even if this were to kind of calm and they would understand and they were able to give more time to this Nine of Pentacles, what they would want to be doing, even if they were to do that, there would still be this awareness that you don't necessarily know what to do with what they have to offer. So there's an immaturity almost because you hesitate and you hesitate. This is something that you've done before in the receptive aspect to it. This was something that you've displayed before. It's not something that they see necessarily as a bad thing. The concept, and I know it's kind of cheesy, but hear me out. The concept that people present when they say, you're perfectly imperfect. So they know that you have imperfections, and other people have told you that some things are imperfections, but to them, it makes their heart just kind of get all gooey for you. But you're so used to getting nothing but negative feedback about it that you do everything you can to hide it from her. But really, it's the one thing she really wants you to show her because it lets her know that you're still you. There's the Six of Cups inverted. It's what once was. She wants to see familiarity in you. She's receptive to that. She's receptive to you being open to showing your lighter, softer side. But you're not necessarily doing that. So she feels like if she's to be acting towards feeding these Nine of Pentacles things in her life, she will have to not put her energy towards manifesting this Ten of Cups with you. She will have to not try to, she'll have to try to not give to this at all, because all of her focus will need to go towards the Nine of Pentacles. And you won't be part of that picture. That's what she feels she's stuck between. Either something gives between the two of you and you guys start communicating and you begin co-creating like actively, or she has to like put you down and give to this new opportunity that is here, and she doesn't want to have to choose. But if you keep her in Eight of Swords, she's going to choose herself because she does love herself, or you wouldn't love her. If she did not love herself, you would not be attracted to her at all. So this is a healthy thing to be highlighted here. It's a good thing to know that she is still in this state where she's going to put herself first. She wants to consider you. She wants to co-create with you. But if, push comes to shove, she's going to take care of herself. The concept of nobody loves you like you. Nobody knows you like you. You're the only one that's been there from the first moment of awareness to the last. You're your own best friend, your own best company, that kind of a thing. So what advice do we have here for the masculines around the feminine in question here, the energy that they're interacting with here that's really being challenged to remain in a receptive state? Strength. Now, typically this card speaks a lot to understanding, knowing, working with your subconscious, as well as making your ego your friend and not your enemy. In particular, to not let it be the enemy to your heart, to your light. To instead have it guard it, protect it, feed it, nurture it, defend it. And apparently she is part of your heart. So your ego is being invited to protect and defend her. And if you're waiting for her to do something, you've got her backed into a corner where she can't move. You have to move. Let's get some cards for the assertive energy present here. We have two major arcana right on top of each other there. So your advice is to know that at this time, the divine is bringing additional support in for you to help you see clearly, possibly even allow you to get some downloads, maybe access some memories that are dormant within you, because you have the Empress reversed and the High Priest or the Hermit reversed. Those two are paired. You then have the Queen of Cups. So the strength that is needed in this moment is to really look at your ego and understand that if your ego loses this light, this connection, because this is a soul tie. This could be past life soulmate. This could be, I don't like to use the term twin flame. I prefer sacred union, because there's no reason why you can't be together. No reason. And using the term twin flame, you can find yourself unconsciously, unaware that you're acknowledging on a global conscious level, just using that label, that you won't be together. And you may not even know that that's part of the mythology. That's why I prefer to use sacred union, because the only person, the only beings that can determine that are the two of you and the divine. That's it. The two of you and the divine. So with the Empress inverted and the Hermit inverted, your soul is trying to find her, is trying to get to her, because she's there, but they can't reach each other because your ego is in the way. It sees itself as protecting you, but really it's suffocating your light. She is your light. She's your source of light. In the yin-yang concept, it's a little interesting when you deal with the masculine, feminine, and you think, oh, the masculine is going to incarnate as a female or a male. It doesn't necessarily matter the physical form. It's hard to use the language right, so please forgive me if I mislabel for your particular situation. Definitely flip-flop it however best resonates with you. In this particular situation, the individual that is called to this reading and identifies as the masculine energy or the assertive energy, your strength, you're the predominantly well-versed in the dark side of the yin-yang symbol. That doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't mean you're evil. It means that you are very aware of these energies. You understand them. You know them. You're wise to them. And she, the energy you're watching this for, is your source of light within that yin-yang symbol. If she goes out, if this light goes out, you will go all dark. You will be lost to the light. Your ability to know love, to give love, to show compassion, to be able to receive it and know that it's genuine will be gone. And that's why the divine's stepping in, because that's not acceptable. You are loved by the divine. You have that light because you're trusted to guard it. And it's seen that you're struggling with that ego. Your darkness is not necessarily understanding that it's snuffing your light out. It thinks it's protecting it, but it's actually killing it. You need to have a little extra help in being more equipped to fight this very strong darkness within you. And it's not bad. That sounds bad, but it's not bad. What it means is that this darkness, once it understands that this is to be protected, that what it was doing was actually killing it instead of saving it, that fierceness is then turned against anybody or anything from the darkness that would like to hurt your light. This is a very fierce ally. This is not your enemy. This is your ally. It just needs to understand that you, the consciousness, are in control, not it. That you know things it does not. And you have that assistance coming in. Your soul is coming in to help with that. Your soul is closer to the divine. He, she, however you identify here, in this particular reading, the assertive or masculine energy, your soul is well versed, even more so than you, in how to handle these situations and protect your light and come out stronger for it. because they have the knowledge of all of your Akashic records. They have the awareness of all of your lifetimes. They know all of the things that this enemy could throw at you in all the ways. They have the cheat codes, okay? They have the cheat codes. Listen to them. They know things. And on the other side of that would be an upright Empress, because all of you is in connection with all of her. You're communicating. You've given some to that connection, so she's not sitting there dehydrated, and she's open to this balance within your souls and how they communicate, and co-creating that 10 of Pentacles that you both have longed for. That easygoing, carefree, the world is safe and I don't have to worry about anything because everything is taken care of feel. The advice too is that this is definitely causing quite a bit of confusion for her, because you possibly have been getting advice from people around you that don't necessarily realize that they could be being manipulated themselves, and thus they're influencing you. And you may not even know what's influencing them, what their interests are in giving you how they stand to benefit from the advice they give you is a good place to start. How do they benefit from the advice they give you? Because that's where you see their bias. This is in reverse, so it is seeing that once this strength comes in, you'll be able to have clearer discernment. It doesn't mean that people will need to be gone, or that you'll not be friends, or any of that. It means that you'll take the advice that you get with a more discernment, more of a awareness of what to take with a grain of salt and what not to. What others do as a result of your gained discernment, that's their choice. You have the right to grow and change and evolve just like anybody else. You do not exist to people please. You exist to be you. To revel in that. Because your light is unique. And you're feminine. She needs you. She needs you. She needs you to protect her. She protects you. She makes sure you could see love. She fights for that. She fights herself to not be assertive and remain receptive, because it's the line you drew. And she's respecting you. She has to keep herself in control. So it's divine is stepping in because it's time. All right. This will be the last card. So if you are aware of this, it's resonating with you, and you take some of these concepts into consideration, however you choose to do so. And you're receptive to the divine when the divine comes in to help. Knowing that it is because your light's, it's needing intervention. What is the most likely outcome? All right. We have the 9 of Cups upright. So it's kind of like a sleepy Sunday morning, and you walk out on the balcony and the sun is just rising, and you know, you had maybe lit a couple candles because you got out there before the sun rose, and you just were enjoying reflecting on where you were. It's contentment almost. So the most likely outcome. Okay, so we have a 9 of Cups, most likely outcome. What are the assertive energies that Spirit Divine would like to highlight here for us? The outcome for the feminine and how she presents is that she is in a 9 of Cups upright. So she's receptive to receiving a cup. She's just, you know, 1 cup away. She's got those 9 cups ready. So if you thought she was to be the 10 of Cup side of things, no, she's the cup side. Assertively, she has the Seven of Swords upright and the Two of Cups inverted. And being that that Seven of Swords came out very muchly like, I don't know, like maybe there was a bit of a tug of war on whether or not it'd be upright or inverted. This depends upon you, whether or not she sees the Seven of Swords as something that was maliciously done on your side intentionally, or if she chooses to see it as you're picking and choosing what knowledge you want to bring to the table to make your future together safe, secure. All the knowledge you have of all the wisdom of the side of the dark side of the yin yang symbol is valuable in protecting each other. So you can decide then what you would like to leave behind and what you want to bring with you. Be it attitudes, routines, dynamics, people, habits, whatever they may be. It did end up upright, so it was definitely what ends up winning out in the tug of war. Is the result is that, you know, you decide what you want to bring with you and what you want to leave behind. You do that. She's receptive to being receptive to you, not being deceptive. Wow. What a tongue twister that was. So she's receptive to you not being deceptive. The inverted Two of Cups, to me, it just tells me that at this point, like, you guys are not going to be in the physical world. You're not going to be owning one another as a couple, as a unit, as dating. The presence is there in the physical, or in the like, you are aware of what you are to one another, and soul-wise, like, your souls are already experiencing pretty much being in union, married, whatever you want to call it. On their dimension, they're together. But at the time that you come in and you say, hey, I'm leaving this and this behind, and here I am, you guys won't be a couple when you do this. That's all that's saying to me. In the receptive side of things, she is going to be in a state of being above the illusion and the darkness around her, elevating, being separate from it, recognizing that this is just the matrix. In other words, it's temporary, it's not permanent, it's something that the two of you could manifest however you choose, if that's manifested with just the divine or with you and the divine. She's open to that. But I do want to highlight that when she is going to be in more of the inverted, it's because she's a little more in her feelings. So she feels more part of the matrix than separate from it. And that makes her more vulnerable, which is why the need is coming in for the strength to come in. The divine is kind of coming in and helping you out, because she's done the work to be beyond this reality, and she needs you to be there with her now. So she's not worried about leaving you behind or being in her feelings, right? And at one point she was very, very guarded with you, and at this time she doesn't want to be guarded with you, but you have to act so she knows it's safe. Give her a reason. She doesn't want to be guarded with you anymore. Okay. Now, just to kind of summarize things, tie it together, you know, really make it a little more, I think this is the right one. Yeah. Just really simplify it down, I guess. Because that's kind of a heady conversation there that sometimes details could get lost, you know, 10, 15 minutes later. Let's just do some oracles here. Can I just get like 3 cards and a crossing card here for overall the advice? Okay. So your feminine, she's experiencing anxiety. She is. Yeah, just one word, anxiety. So she's feeling anxiety. Now, anxiety can be something that is negative, definitely. And you decide if she reframes that to excitement by how you treat her, your actions. She'll reflect back to you what you give to her. And you guys are currently, you know, this is definitely right on point, in a state of, she feels ghosted by you. She feels like she's not able to do anything without you running away. So anytime she talks to you, she's pretty sure you're going to run away. But she's aware of the connection and that what the two of you have is intense. And she can see why that would cause anxiety and the need for space within you. So she's empathetic to it. Not only does she see that, you know, being in a state of ghosting, at least initially, when you feel that need to create distance because what was felt was really intense, brings a temporary feeling of peace. It's temporary. She has brought you like the little like peace offering, right? So she wants peace. There's an implication that there was a communication, an action, something that she did to let you know that she doesn't see you as the bad guy, because that doesn't apply in a connection like this. Bad guy, good guy, right, wrong, that doesn't apply here. It's unconditional in a connection like this. So she's yet again in a state of being receptive. So it's the ball's in your court. What do you want to do with what this is? I am being called to kind of let you know she might have a bit of she might need your help to find comfort in going with the flow. She might need your help with that. Make her laugh. Do something funny. That'll be exactly what she needs. That'll help her be in the now. Help her go with the flow. That's straight from spirit. So that'll be the reading for today, for the masculine or the assertive collective, seeking information on what's going on inside their receptive or feminine perspectives in their connections. Okay, the divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste.